Hey there, Nico. Nico got his banana. Oh, he turned his back to me. You don't want me to record you eating your banana? I brought him out one of their frozen bananas today. The summer's winding down, so I'm trying to use up all the frozen treats that I put in the freezer for them. And because we don't have a whole lot of hot days left, so they're enjoying a banana popsicle today. And it's just one banana that, well, what I do is I take a banana and I cut it into thirds and then freeze them like that with their little apple sticks in them so they can hold on to them. But so they're not getting a lot of banana because a lot of banana is not good for them. Bananas are fairly high on the glycemic index, so that's why they don't get it very often, and they don't get a lot of it. And they don't get it first thing in the day either, because I need to make sure they have other foods in them so it doesn't spike their sugar levels quite as high. But anyway, so another video of our series of question and answers. So one of the questions I get asked is, what does monkey hair feel like? And Nico. It really depends on the species, but these guys, their hair is fairly soft. Now, Harley is a little bit more coarse than Nico and Petey because they are a different species, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. But even Harley's hair is pretty soft. Let me see if I can zoom in on him down there. His is a little more coarse than theirs, but still pretty soft. But the hair on his belly, oh my goodness, it's so soft. And same with Petey and Nico. Okay, so what kind of monkeys are they? I get asked that. These guys are vervets. Now, there are different species of vervets. And Harley is a different species than Petey and Nico. There's Nico. There's Petey up there. And so, depending on, different scientists look at it differently. They're all part of the same scientific genus, the Chlorocebus, but some scientists say there's one monkey species that falls under that, the vervet, and then there's 5 subspecies of vervets. Other scientists say, no, it's just 6 completely different species altogether. I tend to kind of go with the vervet with 5 subspecies. So, these guys fall under the vervets. They're not actually vervets. Nico and Petey are grivets. Can't really see Petey up there. Are grivets, and Harley is a green. And like I said, they fall under the vervets, but they're not actually vervets. They're just a subspecies of them. So yeah, and they're all from Africa. Well, these guys were born in the United States, but in the wild, they're from Africa. They're just from different areas in Africa. And they all kind of look the same, but they do have little differences between them. So, okay, let's see, what else? Do they shed? They do shed, but just the same as a human would. Like we shed hair off of our heads. That they shed about the same as that. Definitely not nearly as much as a dog. Not nearly as much as my husky, that's for sure. Oh, the dogs are barking, so Harley had to run over there to check it out to make sure everything's okay. He took his banana up to the tunnel. Okay, let's see. Do they smell? Again, that depends on the species. There are some species of monkeys that, I gotta show you Nico. He's up on my shoulder. He's up here smacking away on his banana. Yeah, on his banana. He's licking on his banana. Okay, so back to the question. Do they smell? Depends on the species. There are some species of monkeys that have an odor to them. The vervets aren't one of them. They really don't smell. Even if they were to go months without a bath, which I'll talk about that here in a minute, they still don't smell. Like in the wintertime, if I were to not give them a bath for quite a while, you wouldn't be able to smell them just walking in the house. They don't have an odor to them like that. And really, even when they're up close, it's not a bad odor. But I do give them baths. That's another question I get asked. Do they get baths? Yes, they get baths. In the summertime, I give them just a little shower in the evenings when I bring them in every night. Not a whole lot of soap, but just a little bit. And then in the wintertime, they get a bath just once a week. So the reason why they get a bath is because another question I get asked is, where do they sleep? Well, Nico and Petey sleep with me in my bed, and not only do they sleep with me in my bed, they smother me when they sleep. Usually Petey kind of curls into my chest and then lays his head on my cheek. He lays his cheek on my cheek. And then Nico wraps his entire body around the rest of my head and face. So, I mean, they're completely smothering my face. They can't be too overly smelly, so that's why I give them a bath. But like I said, they don't smell. It's just that when they're right up in my face like that, they smell like maybe what a dog would smell like after not having a bath for a while, you know? Or like when they play outside, they smell like a kid that's been playing outside all day. That's why they need a bath at night. Harley sleeps in the living room in a hammock. And the reason why Harley sleeps in the living room is because when Harley first came to live with us, I had planned on having Harley sleep with us. When he first came to live with us, I thought, well, after a couple of weeks, when he gets used to me and he gets used to the house and he gets used to these guys, then I'll probably bring him to bed with us. Well, a couple weeks went by, and I started to realize that Harley's very possessive of me, and he does not like Nico and Petey to even sit on my lap. And you've probably seen it before in previous videos when he pushes them off me or pulls them off me. He does not like them to be. So I thought, you know, I just don't see that going well. Him sleeping with us, Nico and Petey trying to curl up with me, and him like, no, pushing them off the bed. So I'm like, you know what? Do you see him through the camera? Nico's watching Harley. So I was like, yeah, that I just don't see that going well. You know, he was used to sleeping by himself. He seems to be happy in the living room. He goes right to his hammock when he's ready to go to sleep. So I've just left it like that. And so he sleeps in the living room, and then Nico and Petey sleep in bed with me. So, and that may change one day. Nico and Petey may decide they don't want to sleep with me anymore. I don't know. We'll let them make that decision. Okay, so next question. How old are they? Well, Harley is 4.5. Oh, Harley wants to jump on me. You want on me? Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay, so Harley is 4.5. And yeah, I got buttons. Yeah, no, chew on my buttons. No, 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 no. No play bites on the neck. That's one thing. I don't let them play bite on my neck or my face. Okay, so yeah, Harley's 4.5. And Nico is 2. He just turned 2 last month. And Petey is up here. There's Petey. Petey is about to turn 4. Here in just a couple months, Petey be 4 years old. How much do they weigh? Petey weighs 7.5 pounds. Nico weighs 6.5 pounds. There's a Nico. He's standing up with his popsicle. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's so funny. He's coming over here. Harley is 12 pounds. Harley's a full 12 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, he's gained a couple pounds. He weighed 10 pounds when he came to live with us last year, so he's getting to be a big boy. So Harley will probably maybe gain another pound or two before he's a full adult, which he's almost a full adult right now. They're adults between the ages of 5 to 6, and he's 4.5, so he might gain another pound or so. Nico will probably gain quite a bit more. Like I said, he weighs 6.5 pounds, and the Grivets don't get as big and bulky as the greens. So Nico and Petey won't be as big and bulky as Harley is. They tend to be a little leaner, like taller and thinner than the greens. So, and Petey is actually very, very small for his species, for a Grivet. So Petey's not going to get a whole lot bigger than he is right now. Nico will, though. Nico's going to be a big boy, but Petey's not. Petey's going to be pretty tiny for a Grivet. Hey there, baby. Yeah, my baby. Nico wants to come up here and eat his banana. Let's move your tail over here so Harley don't grab it. Yeah. So one way to tell the difference between Nico and Petey is if you can see Nico's tail here. Let's see if I can. Well, he just ran off because Harley tried to grab his popsicle, so he ran off. Hang on here, let's see if I can. Okay, so on Nico's tail here, see, he's kind of got like a ring, like the ringtail lemur tails. He's got little rings on the end of his tail here with a white tip, and the underside is extremely white. And Petey, which I really won't be able to get his, Petey's tail is more gray. So that's one way to tell them apart. And of course, they're not actually running right now, but when they run and jump and chase each other, I can tell a difference because Nico's like, I don't know, Nico's just like all over the place, like just a wild, crazy kid all over the place. And Petey's more slow and approaches things slowly, and he's more graceful, I think, than Nico. Nico's just all over the place. And one of these days when they're running around, I'll have to point out the differences. So it'll be easier to tell them apart. But right now it's kind of difficult because they're about the same weight, about the same size. But here in another year or two, it'll be a lot easier to tell them apart because Nico will be much bigger than Petey is. There, Harley man. You my Harley baby. Yeah. Get my Harley. Well, that pretty much covers what I wanted to go over today. And I think I might be able to get the rest of the questions in one more video. So, we'll hope. Yeah. He's watching Nico there finish his popsicle with his legs sprawled out. Yeah, I know what you're going to do. And there's Petey. Well, Petey's running off with his popsicle. Oh, part of it fell off the stick. He's like, oh man. Uh-oh. There goes Harley. Harley's going to go up there and take it. Uh-oh. We might. Harley just took Petey's banana. Oh, poor Petey. Well, he still has a little bit left on his stick.